As a fan of both Stephen King's works and the chilling ambiance of haunted hotels, I find myself torn between the enigmatic allure of The Shining and its sequel, and Doctor Sleep. Having spent countless nights huddled under blankets, my own fears fueled by stories of ghostly encounters, I can't help but appreciate the masterful way King weaves his most personal terrors into the tales. Remarkably, The Shining draws inspiration from a true event. The eerie happenings during Jack Torrance's stay at the Overlook Hotel were influenced a genuine haunting that took place in Colorado and the Stanley Hotel, where its author once lodged. Unlike Stephen King's other works, which often reflect his personal experiences, particularly with his battles with addiction, The Shining stands apart as a unique tale. As a movie enthusiast, I can attest that the spine-tingling 1980 film masterpiece, The Shining, director Stanley Kubrick, was rooted in Stephen King's novel of the same name. This horror classic introduced countless viewers to the chilling confines of the Overlook Hotel. Although the story within The Shining is fantastical and fictional, it draws upon real-life events for its foundation. The Overlook Hotel may not exist in reality, but the haunting tale of behind the Stanley Hotel in Colorado forms a significant part of the basis for the entire movie. The tale of Elizabeth Wilson and King's encounters with spectral presences can influence the entire setting of the hotel. This hotel is to its distinct there's a real Pet Sematary at the Stanley Hotel. These are reported by heavenly spirits and said that the Stanley Hotel where years and years have often been laid to rest. Over the years, guests have claimed to catch glimpses of two of these pets, Cassie, a wall-eyed tiger, and Camanche, a fluffy white cat. Shocked overnight visitors have reported seeing these spirits waving the wings and grins, as an enthusiast, and King will be trained if perhaps during his stay, King himself came across any of these peculiar creatures. You see, it was 9 years later that he began the journey of Pet Sematary, a journey to big Gary Grady and inexplicably resurrects the living deads. Stephen King doesn't think that Overlook Hotel is the enemy's will until justice. And its portrayal of the Overlook Hotel from the beginning, the differences compared to Stephen King's original conception. Kubrick significantly altered the hotel name, introduced a hedge maze at the front, and changed the notorious room number from 217 to 237. Due to these changes that didn't sit when he was a kid, he went on to produce his own TV miniseries in 1997, using the Stanley Hotel as the filming location for a more faithful adaptation of his novel. Citing cityscape notes the follows, the Stanley Hotel is used as association and organizing tours and events inspired by the storyline. The real-life setting for The Shining in Colorado introduced the hedge maze and was proving to be quite popular among tourists. The atmosphere at the Stanley Hotel was a significant element in Stephen King's personal idea, and Kubrick's portrayal of the Overlook Hotel and The Shining is somewhat enigmatic by the 2019 sequel, Doctor Sleep. The original film, as well as in King's own account, allowing both the alleged encounter of reading and certain enigmatic nature events unfolding. During the most chilling aspects of the tale behind The Shining, and periodic fiction, lies in its recurring inconsistencies. It leaves readers unsure if there was Overlook Hotel is haunted by spirits, tormented by demons, or merely driven insane by
hides our altruistic history. Instead of mentioning an enigmatic nature, seeks to unravel several of the mysteries found in The Shining. It attributes the occurrences in The Shining to spirits that aimed to siphon energy from Danny's Shining. Although it's commendable to weave such continuity into a narrative driven by the unease of uncertainty, Dr. Sleep ultimately undermines what made The Shining in Stephen King's original Stanley Hotel so eerie. As a debated cinephile, I can't help but appreciate how Stephen King skillfully incorporated his own fears into his portrayal of the Overlook Hotel, The Shining. Being acutely aware of the high standards set by Sheila Jackson's House, he strived to infuse a deeply personal touch. He changed the kitchen room to Manhattan. For his own stay at the Stanley Hotel, in the narrative, the detail, it found its way onto the big screen. Moreover, he didn't shy away from including the famous corridors of six channels, aiming to create an eerie atmosphere that would leave audiences breathless. King asserted that explaining a new language shouldn't have been present, which sparked his imagination with the twin girls Davy encountered as he navigated the corridors. Regarding the genuine masonry happenings at the hotel, considerable effort has investigating the supernatural aspects of this real-life establishment. One such supernatural event depicted in The Shining is the tale of the concert hall. Your nighttime concerts related to emanate from it, even though it's vacant. This lore contributed to Jack's finding of the room in both the book and film. On the fourth floor, we are seeing the recorded ghosts in the already obvious tapestry in the all convinced. However, contrary to the portrayal in the movie and book, the ghost said to be frequently seen in real life is not the same as the one depicted. It's a cowboy instead of the other spectral beings shown. Unlike Win 217 in the story, there was no woman who died there. Instead, Mrs. Elizabeth Wilson came very close to meeting her end. The explosion mentioned in the tale connects with the conclusion of the book, as for The Shining, it primarily drew upon folklore rather than reiterating the legends themselves. With that said, thanks for watching. Until next time, as a fan of both Stephen King's works and the chilling ambiance of haunted hotels, I find myself torn between the enigmatic allure of The Shining and its sequel, Sleep. Having spent countless nights huddled under blankets and fears fueled by stories of ghostly encounters, I can't help but appreciate the masterful way King weaves his personal terrors into the tales. Remarkably, The Shining draws some inspiration from a true event. The eerie happenings during Jack Torrance's stay at the Overlook Hotel, the patron's spine-tingling haunting that took place in Colorado and staying in a hotel where it's often once enlarged. Unlike Stephen King's other works, which often affect his perceived experiences, particularly his balance with addiction, The Shining stands apart as a unique tale. With a living presence that can test with the spine-tingling mentally unifying masterpiece, The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick, was readily steady phase album of the same name. This horror classic introduced countless viewers to the chilling confines of the Overlook Hotel, and much of the story of the genre is fantastical and fiction that draws upon real-life events like Stanley. The Overlook Hotel may not exist in reality, but events untold within the Stanley Hotel in Colorado forms a significant part of the basis for this show. The tale of Elizabeth Wilson returns encounters with spectral presences that key influences behind the eerie setting of the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. This hotel, now a renowned center and popular culture, for the great richness, its distinctive feeling, is as iconic as it is chilling. There's a new Pet Sematary at the Stanley Hotel.
As reported by numerous notes, it's said that the Stanley Hotel has a Pet Sematary in its premises, that animals in the hotel owners have often been laid to rest. Over the years, guests have claimed to catch glimpses of two of these pets, Cassie, a golden retriever, and Camanche, a fluffy white cat. Trapped overnight visitors have reported seeing spirits roam the rooms and rooms. Beluga enthusiast, I can't help but wondering if perhaps during his stay, King himself came across one of these peculiar creatures. You see, it was 9 years later when he penned the chilling novel Pet Sematary, a tale about a haunted pet burial ground that inexplicably resurrects our beloved pets. And more. Stephen King doesn't change the Overlook Hotel does the Shannon's View Hotel justice. In Kubrick's portrayal of the Overlook Hotel from The Shining, there are differences compared to Stephen King's original conception. Kubrick significantly altered the hotel layout, introduced and hedge rooms at the front, and changed the notorious room number from 217 to 237. Due to these changes that didn't seem well with King, he went on to produce his own TV miniseries in 1997, using the Stanley Hotel as the filming location for a more faithful adaptation of his novel. Since the success of The Shining, the Stanley Hotel has capitalized on its association by organizing tours and events inspired by the storyline. In 2015, this very location, known as the real-life setting for The Shining in Colorado, introduced a hedge maze that has proven to be quite popular among tourists. The enigmatic atmosphere of the Stan Hotel, which was a significant weakness in both Stephen King's personal encounter and Kubrick's portrayal of the Overlook Hotel in the movie The Shining, is somewhat undermined by the 2019 sequel, Dr. Sleep. In the original film, as well as in King's own account, the narrative often leaves the viewer or reader uncertain about the exact nature of the events unfolding. One of the most chilling aspects of the tale behind The Shining, both in reality and fiction, lies in its recurring inconsistencies. It leaves readers unsure if the Overlook Hotel is haunted by spirits, tormented by demons, or merely driven insane by its own twisted history. Instead of maintaining the enigmatic nature of its predecessor, Dr. Sleep seeks to unravel several of the deliberate mysteries found in The Shining. It attributes the occurrences in The Shining to spirits that aimed to siphon energy from Danny's shining. Although it's commendable to weave such continuity into a narrative driven by the unease of uncertainty, Dr. Sleep ultimately undermines what made The Shining and Stephen King original Stanley Hotel so eerie. As a devoted cinephile, I can't help but appreciate how Stephen King skillfully incorporated his own fears into his portrayal of the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. Being acutely aware of the high standards set by Shirley Jackson's Hill House, he strived to infuse a deeply personal touch. He chose to feature room 217 from his own stay at the Stanley Hotel in the narrative, a detail that found its way onto the big screen. Moreover, he didn't shy away from including the endless corridors that gave him such chills, aiming to create an eerie atmosphere that would leave audiences breathless. King asserted that he spotted a young lad shouldn't have been present, which sparked his imagination for the twin girls Danny encountered as he navigated the corridors. Regarding the genuine ghostly happenings at the hotel, considerable efforts has gone into investigating the supernatural aspects of this real-life establishment. One such supernatural event depicted in The Shining is the tale of the concert hall, where eerie nighttime concerts are rumored to emanate from it. Even though it's vacant, this lore contributed to Jack's finding of the room, in both the book and film. On the fourth floor, there have been reported ghost sightings that mirror the ominous atmosphere in room 428. However, contrary to the portrayal in the movie and book, the ghost said to be frequently seen in real life is not the same as the one depicted. It's a cowboy instead of the other spectral being shown. Unlike room 217 in the story, there was no woman who died there. Instead,
Mrs. Elizabeth Wilson came very close to meeting her end. The explosion mentioned in the tale connects with the conclusion of the book, as well as Dr. Sleep. As for The Shining, it primarily drew upon folklore, rather than reiterating the legends themselves. With that said, thank you for watching, and until next time, let me know what Will Me is in.